What the heck is a project manager, and why would you care if you're a homeowner? We get this question all the time, and to help answer it, I'm really excited today because we brought in one of our residential project managers. I have Mr. Brendan Sandals with me today. I can't even talk, so go figure. But I'm really excited because what I asked Brendan to do is to come in so we can talk about what's the role of a project manager. How does it benefit you as the homeowner? Because we know that most projects that happen here in Metro Detroit, whether it's roofing replacement, siding replacement on a home, don't actually have a real project manager. So, Brendan, in your words, when you're working with a homeowner, on a normal day, tell me what the heck are you doing when you're meeting with these homeowners and you're managing their project?
So I like to, I'd say, bridge the gap between the homeowner and the roof installers. I like to let the roof installers stay on the roof, install, do what they need to do, focus on what they need to do, and then communicate with the homeowner about exactly what's going on. Talking to them before I'm on site, while I'm on site, after the day is over. Making sure that they um, all their questions are answered and all of their needs are satisfied.
So you really become the go-to person for the homeowner. So if they have a question, if they have a concern, they don't have to walk up to somebody on the crew. They don't have to call, the roofing specialist or salesman who was out to them. You become their go-to. We'll use the term concierge,
Mhm.
so that as the project's happening, if they have questions, they can go right to you.
Yeah, so they get, I call them in the morning. They get direct line to me. They don't have to call the office, and someone doesn't have to hunt me down. I am always available with the crew and the homeowner, whatever they need.
So what about the neighbors? If a neighbor has a concern, do you guys in our production department, what do you do for the neighbors to make it smooth and easy, not just for the homeowner but the neighbors?
Yep. So when I arrive on site, I always knock on the adjacent neighbors' doors, talk to them, give them my number, let them know, hey, if you have any questions or concerns about the roof that's going on next door, if there's debris that falls into their yard, I want them to be able to call me directly so I can get someone to handle it as soon as possible.
So you really want to solve any potential problems, headaches. You want the homeowner to wake up in the morning and have an old roof, and when they go to bed at night, have a new roof, and they don't have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
Pretty simple, right? It's just roofing.
Yeah.
So now we know that, but we know it's home renovation and things don't always go perfectly smoothly. Now, in our proven process, we think there's two really critical steps. And I'm going to ask you to talk about the first one, which is that handoff. And here at Kanga Roof, we require that handoff meeting from the sales team to the production team. For you as a project manager, how does that help the homeowner? Why is that step so important?
So it allows me to identify any questions that I have about the roof install before I allow my team to go out there and install the roof. So if there's, trying to think of an example. Um,
Well, I mean, I know we've talked about this before. Like maybe a salesman mismeasured an area, right? And the fact that you guys catch that in the handoff, so we don't deliver 100 square feet of shingles, not enough, and the crew gets there at the end of the day, and then the project's extending from one day to two. Those are all the type of things that you guys can find, or even worse, hey, we're doing the roof and the trim, and they forgot the drip edge color, which can make a big difference because if you have, weatherwood shingles, tan trim, are you sure you want white drip edge? Maybe you want that same color drip edge as the trim. Am I
correct.
right in that?
Yes, correct.
Absolutely. So you solve a lot of those problems ahead of time so they don't manifest or show up while the project's going on.
Correct.
What about on the back end? So, it's the end of the day, the guys are done. We talk about that closeout and quality control inspection. How do you guys handle that in the production team?
So we have our own special closeout tech, Dave Loveland. Um, he will inspect the roof from top to bottom, front to left, back to right. He is all over that thing. Um, but he will make sure that every stage of the roof is installed correctly and up to our standards. So he can and then if there are any issues, he identifies them, and we take care of it within the next 5 days.
And you specifically as the project manager, that's part of when we talk about you own the project from the time you have that handoff meeting
Mm-hmm.
until the punch list is done. you own it. So if Dave does find something, it doesn't go to some other department or other team. You're not done with the project until that closeout punch list is totally done. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
Absolutely. And now I get to cheat because I know you grew up being a part of an installation team. So let me ask you this. Do you think a project manager or a foreman would be going through that project with the fine tooth comb that Dave is, looking for things that might not be right? You know, would anyone do that the same way if they were part of the crew or the project manager? Whereas we have Dave, who's completely independent. His only job is to make sure everything is done perfectly. Why is that so important?
Like I said, just quality and checklists, and just getting.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, the crew. When you were on a crew, what was the number one thing? You guys just want to be done and on to the next project the next day, right?
Just check material, install it, and move on.
Bingo. So that whole pause to really make sure before we put our Kanga stamp on there and say we're done, that's huge, because the last thing anyone wants is a callback, is a leak down the line, or 3 months later go, wait a minute, what about that piece of trim? And he's the one double check. I mean, you're making sure it happened.
Yeah.
He's double checking your double check to make sure everything's right.
Right.
So the big fear that homeowners all the time have, and I don't blame them because it's home renovation, is what happens if unforeseen, rotten wood, structural issues. As the project manager, I mean, that's where you put the cape on and become super Kanga. But how do you deal with a homeowner? How do you approach those situations and help the homeowner?
So usually I just let them know exactly where the wood was bad and how much, and what it will take to replace it, and then give them pricing, and just try to keep the project moving along.
Absolutely. And my question is, are you just asking them to take your word for it, or are you walking them through there, showing them the photos, showing them the what and the why? And at the end of it, too, they get photos of every single piece of wood that we replace. So they know if I'm paying for 10 sheets of decking or wood, right? Decking is the 4x8 sheet of wood. They know that they actually had 10 pieces of decking replaced.
Yep, that's correct.
Absolutely. So I hope you enjoyed this today. If you're thinking about a new roof or siding replacement, we really think that project manager role is so critical to ensuring a smooth, non-confrontational, and positive experience. If you found some benefit from this video, if you're thinking about a project, we would love to help you. You can always give our team a call at 586-566-0308. You can always skip the line and book your appointment online at kanga-roof.com. As always, if you found some benefit in this, be sure hit that like and subscribe button, because every week we're coming out with more new and different content, trying to keep you the most informed roofing audience out there. Brendan, I want to thank you for helping us out today. And for you, our consumer, most of all, as always, I hope you have a Kangerific day.